I want to talk to you today about us going to dental meetings and different dental societies, and we get all these great ideas, and then we go back to our office team during our weekly or monthly meetings. And we always want to start all of these great projects or these great ideas or these great services or all these great things that we learn. And we always have problems with the implementation because we want to get started, but we usually don't follow through. And one of the stories that I like to tell, and I've told this story to my employees and certainly my children over all the years, is there's 5 frogs sitting on a log, and one of the frogs decided to jump off. And the question is how many frogs are left? And what most people answer is 4. But there's actually 5, because deciding to do something and doing something are 2 different things. So when you come up with these great ideas and you bring them back to your office team, you have to implement all of these things. But the reason you fail is because the goal setting usually is not well defined for the people who work for you. And the people who work for you, they really want to do a great job. So what do you really need to do in order to have good goal setting so that there's 4 frogs left on the log, not 5? Because deciding to do something and doing something are 3 different things, 2 different things. So what do we want to do? Well, we want a deadline, and the deadline needs to be reasonable, meaning you can't tell somebody to start a new idea tomorrow. Maybe the deadline needs to be a week or 2. So you need a deadline, but the deadline needs to be reasonable. And you also need to make sure that the person that you've given this deadline to has the skill set in order to perform and meet that deadline. So for example, if you asked me to do something very technical with respect to computers and web page design and having a little conversation bot or something within a deadline or in the website, that deadline would be impossible for me to make. Not that the deadline is not reasonable, I don't possess the skill set. So if you decided to start something new inside your office, make sure that there's a deadline, make sure the deadline is reasonable, and make sure that the person who's going to meet that deadline has the skill set in order for this entire project to be finished. Because again, at the end of the day, we don't want 5 frogs on the log, we want 4. So deciding to do something and doing something are 2 different things. So do something today.